What's up, everyone? Today I want to dive into a team that I keep coming back to as perhaps the perfect trade partner for the Lakers, the Utah Jazz. It's not only because they have several pieces that can offer real value, but because orchestrating a deal with one organization in a single transaction is often a lot smoother and more effective than cobbling together a series of mini deals across multiple teams. Think about it. If you involve 3 or 4 different franchises, each of them is going to want top assets. Maybe Dalton Knecht, Austin Reeves, your next first-round pick. You simply can't throw all that at any one team. So if the Lakers can build a compelling package around Jazz players who fit their needs and manage to strike that single-team trade, that's exactly what they ought to pursue. Now, I know some of you are already typing out in the comments, he hates the Lakers. He'd never make a deal with them. I'm talking about Danny Ainge, the heart and soul of Utah's front office. But here's the thing. People love to say he's held a grudge, that he'd refuse any deal, that his loyalty to other teams would block any negotiations. And yet, year after year, the Lakers end up making trades with him anyway. In just the last few years, they've done multiple transactions, taking on Russell Westbrook, moving for Patrick Beverley. These are real moves that they made together. So the idea that Ainge would flat out refuse is a total myth. If you present a deal where he feels he's getting real value, whether that's salary relief, a player he rates highly, or stackable assets, he'll do it, no question. That being said, let's be clear. The top target remains Walker Kessler. He's on the market now, available, and will be a transformational center for the Lakers. I've been talking him up for years, trying to speak him into existence as a Laker. I've joked about rituals or whatever it would take, but seriously, he is my #1 recommendation at center. The kind of rim-protecting, mobile center who can anchor a defense and fit beautifully alongside LeBron James, Austin Reeves, Anthony Davis, and whoever else. He changed the landscape around that paint immediately, but the Jazz have more to offer. And we shouldn't overlook players beyond Kessler. Take Lauri Markkanen, for example. Purely speaking, he'd fit alongside Luka and LeBron like a dream. Stretch big with offensive game, solid positional versatility, but personally, I'm put off by his contract. Let's be honest, he's starting a contract that feels too large. For a guy who realistically probably doesn't exceed third option status on a title contender. The Lakers don't need to clog cap space on that kind of deal, no matter how good of a player he is. So while I love him from a basketball perspective, financially, I'd steer clear. Then there's Colin Sexton. He's young, still has room to grow, and crucially, his deal is flexible. I'm not convinced he's a great starter on defense, but sometimes that doesn't matter. Put him in a winning environment, and look what happened with PJ Washington in Dallas. He wasn't known for defense until he joined a contending team and then became one of their better defenders. Roles matter. Context matters. If Sexton comes into Laker circles where the expectations are clear, do your job, hustle, hit your shots, the right pieces fall into place. He'd be a perfect 6th-man type. Athletic, aggressive, ready to play off the stars and defend with effort. Let me be clear. I'd absolutely love John Collins in purple and gold. He's got size, athleticism, the ability to stretch the floor with threes, and can hold his own. Defensively, that kind of two-way versatility is highly valuable. Picture a rotation where you stagger LeBron, Luka, Collins, and Kessler with the bench of Sexton. Someone like Isaiah Collier, and maybe a veteran backup center like Brook Lopez or Clint Capella. That's balance. The kind of mix between youth, athleticism, and veteran stability that can actually compete in the West. On the flip side, I'd pass on Jordan Clarkson. I know he won 6th Man of the Year, but let's be honest, he's an inefficient volume chucker who doesn't fit what this team needs. The Lakers need offensive firepower, sure, but they also need efficiency and movement. Clarkson's usage might actually drag the bench down. The reason I keep circling back to Utah isn't just about their current roster, it's about their strategic position. They don't have a super obvious primary star, apart from Luka, who's locked in. They've got a collection of intriguing young players whose futures are uncertain. Contracts will expire, decisions will be made. It's worth speculating that the Jazz are open for business if the package is appealing. We know they're approaching decisions on Kessler's extension. They have a group of young wings and guards they may want to consolidate or deal in order to retool or reload. And that, to me, creates opportunity. Imagine a trade. Lakers land Walker Kessler as their foundational center, pick up Collins for mix and match athletic versatility, and maybe Sexton for bench scoring and pep. Then fill a smaller bench spot with a developmental guard like Isaiah Collier to keep things fresh and youthful. Balance. And we still have space for cheap, reliable backups like Capella or Lopez, bringing the veteran presence as needed. That's the kind of trade that not only changes the Lakers' present rotation, but also sets them up for depth and flexibility down the line. Sometimes fans look at Jazz players and say, oh, they're losing. They don't look great. But here's the truth. A player's trial by fire often depends on where they land. Being on a team with no direction, no identity, no clear roles, that's a demotivator. Move to a franchise with bright lights, clear expectations, defined roles, and you see different results. Lakers have been that environment before. Look at Malik Beasley. Not a joke. When he came to LA, the lights hit him and his role shrunk. Leave here and he pops off again. Context defined him. So yes, Utah is intriguing. Yes, they have young, versatile talent. Yes, a package centered on Kessler with Sexton, Collins, maybe even Collier or Hendrickson would be exactly what the Lakers need. They'd gain youth, athleticism, rim protection, shooting, and positional flexibility, all without mortgaging. The future. Danny Ainge would listen if the deal is right, because he always does. The time to start that conversation is now. Pick up that phone. Laker front office. There's a window, there's opportunity, and sloppy deals with multiple teams aren't nearly as efficient as one clean, smart trade with Utah Jazz. And look, this isn't just about filling holes on the roster or plugging in a few guys who might help in the short term. This is about building a sustainable rotation with youth, upside, and the kind of depth that wins you playoff games. The Lakers can't keep going all in every single year without thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead. That's where these young Jazz pieces come in. Even if some of these guys aren't finished products yet, that's fine. You bring them into a structure, give them a real role, and let them grow alongside elite talent. The core of LeBron and Anthony, Davis isn't going to be around forever. So the time to invest in the next wave is now, while there's still enough veteran firepower to make a deep postseason run. Take someone like Taylor Hendricks. He hasn't broken out yet, but the tools are there. A long, athletic forward who can switch on defense, protect the rim, and maybe even stretch the floor down the line. That's exactly the kind of developmental piece you want on your bench. He's not going to be a game changer right away, but give him time and he might just turn into one. And when you're talking about value in trades, those are the guys that are worth the gamble. You're not spending massive cap space or shipping off your entire draft future to get him. He's a piece that fits, that you can mold, and that fills a positional need without needing 30 minutes a night. The Lakers have been burned before chasing only veterans or only stars. It's time to balance it out. Youth with experience, upside with reliability. Guys like Kessler and Hendricks bring the youth. Someone like John Collins brings that in between. Still young but already proven. Still growing but ready to contribute now. You want a team that doesn't collapse when LeBron sits. That doesn't sputter if Davis misses a few games. You need real, sustainable depth. And we haven't even mentioned guys like Bryce Sensabaugh or Keontae George. Young guards with upside who might be available if Utah decides to lean into a bigger rebuild or clear up playing time. Keontae in particular has shown flashes of becoming a dynamic scoring guard with a good feel for the game. Is he a finished product? No. But again, if you're talking about cost-controlled upside, that's exactly where you want to invest. If the Lakers can package the right assets, these are the types of targets they should prioritize. There's this myth that every player coming out of a rebuilding team is a loser or doesn't know how to win. But that's just not how basketball works. Some of these guys are talented, they just need a different setting. And LA, with its leadership, spotlight, and structure, could be the perfect reset button for someone's career. The key is not falling for the trap of only going after big names or box score darlings. Sometimes the most valuable guys are the ones who don't make headlines but make winning plays. Screen assists, help defense, hustle rebounds. Utah has a few of those in spades. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. The NBA rumor mill, a notoriously fickle beast, has been churning with a fresh and frankly mind-boggling new narrative. Usually this time of year brings chatter about draft prospects or coaching changes, but sources incredibly close to the situation who wish to remain anonymous for obvious reasons are hinting at something far more seismic. Prepare yourselves, Lakers fans, because the whispers are getting louder. Kawhi Leonard might just be trading in his Clippers blue for Lakers gold. Yes, you read that right. While it sounds like something out of a fan fiction dream, the scuttlebutt suggests that despite his deep roots and recent contract extension with the Clippers, a path to the purple and gold is being explored. The chatter isn't about free agency, it's far more intricate. We're hearing hushed tones about a potential blockbuster scenario, a meticulously crafted maneuver that would reshape the landscape of Los Angeles basketball yet again. Details are scarce, as they always are with these kinds of bombshells, but the word on the street is that a surprise proposal from the Lakers has landed on Leonard's table. It's not a simple player trade, nor is it a future free agency play being discussed. This is being framed as an almost unprecedented opportunity, something designed to be incredibly enticing to a player who values control and legacy. Of course, the immediate reaction is disbelief. Leonard chose the Clippers, built his home there, and has been the face of their franchise. But the NBA is a league of constant motion, where allegiances can shift with astonishing speed, especially when the right pieces and the right offers fall into place. Could the allure of joining LeBron James and Anthony Davis, truly forming a Big Three dynasty, be too strong to resist? Is there an angle the Lakers are playing that we, the public, can't even fathom yet? This isn't concrete. It's not even a firm report. But when you hear the same highly sensitive information from multiple, previously reliable back channels, you start to pay attention. Keep your ears to the ground, because if there's any truth to these burgeoning rumors, the NBA offseason just got a whole lot more interesting for everyone in Los Angeles. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.